Good afternoon. Today we are going to do triangle inequalities in two triangles. So the first theorem we're going to focus on is the hinge theorem, which states that if two triangles are congruent to two sides of another triangle, and the included angle of the first is larger than the included angle of the second triangle, then the third side of the first triangle is longer than the third side of the second triangle. So if we look at these triangles that we have, I know that AB is congruent to FG and that AC is congruent to FH. Knowing that, and knowing that angle 30 is smaller than angle 43, tells me that GH is smaller than BC. Now we have the converse of the hinge theorem that states that if two sides of a triangle are congruent to two sides of another triangle, and the third side in the first is longer than the third side in the second, then the included angle in the first triangle is greater than the included angle of the second. So this is that I know that JL is congruent to PR, KL is congruent to QR, and I know that JK, which is H, is smaller than PQ, which is 12. Therefore, angle L is smaller than angle R. This is useful when I have problems such as triangle JKL and triangle QPM, because I know MP is congruent to JL and KL is congruent to PQ. So since angle L is larger than angle P, that means KJ is larger than side MQ. So the answer here is JK is larger than MQ. Now if I look at these triangles where they overlap, RT is in both. And so since angle RS is congruent to RV, they're both 8, that tells me that angle VRT is larger than angle SRT because 6 is smaller than 11. So when we compare those two, we know that angle SRT is smaller than angle VRT. So I would like you to read and do these two problems and then come back. Welcome back. So on the first problem, what I would like to look at is, first of all, I draw a diagram to help me understand. So I drew the triangle, or the situation where I have B, C, and A. Group A is the answer because the included angle for the path made by group A is 180 minus 70 because I measured the exterior angle as 70. So it is 110, and therefore that is larger than the angle formed by group B, which is 105. Therefore, group A is farther away than group C, or group B. And in the part B of this problem, I again draw the diagram as best I can, and the answer is group B because the included angle for the path made by group A measures 135, while the included angle for the path made by group B measures 105, and 135 is significantly larger. Therefore, AC is larger than BC, so the answer to the question is B. If I have a diagram like this, I know that I want to find the range of possible values. So if I'm looking at this, I know that this segment is congruent to this segment, and I know that these segments are congruent. Therefore, 47 is greater than 5x plus 2. So when I am doing this algebra, I say that 47 is greater than 5x plus 2. And I solve that inequality. I have 45 is greater than 5x. I divide by 5. And 9 is greater than x. So that means x has to be less than 9. But it also needs to be greater than negative 0.4. Why does it need to be greater than negative 0.4? Because this cannot equal 0. Or it has to be larger than 0. So 5x plus 2 has to be greater than 0. Therefore, x has to be greater than negative 0.4. I have to take into account both extremes. So here we are going to do a two-column proof utilizing the hinge theorem. So I would like you to give this a try, pause, and then come back. So in this two-column proof, I'm going to do what I normally do in my statement, my reason, and I state the given. I apologize for the handwriting. So I am given that RQ is congruent to ST. And I know that QS is congruent to QS. That's the reflexive property. Apologize for the writing. And so if QS is congruent to itself and ST is congruent to RQ, that means angle 1 and angle 2 are the included angles. Now I am trying to prove that RS is greater than TQ. But in order to prove that, I need to show that angle 1 is greater than angle 2. How can I get that angle 1 is greater than angle 2? Well, angle 1 is an exterior angle of triangle QST. So for statement 3, I'm going to write that the measure of angle 1 is equal to the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle T. And our reason for that is the exterior angle of a triangle equals the sum of the remote interiors. And then I know that the measure of angle 1 is greater than the measure of angle 2 because of inequality properties. And if I know the measure of angle 1 is greater than the measure of angle 2, I know that RS is greater than TQ because of the hinge theorem. And then, of course, do not forget your therefore. So this was our last video for Chapter 5. Again, if you have any questions, please bring them to me tomorrow in class, as well as your book. We will do an assignment on this section and then begin review for our test, which is Thursday.